Hi everyone, so I'm gonna do a video quickly for you because now that I've done my tattoo video, which I have to say was hugely, massively requested, so now that I've done that and I've put that up and you know people are getting to see what I've got done and you know what type of ink I have, now I'm getting the question which is like, oh, well, what do they mean, you know, so although I don't want to go into too much detail because of the fact that it's mine, it's personal, some of it actually doesn't even have meaning. I just get it because I like it. Yeah, I'm not going to, like I say, I'm not going to go into too much detail because I don't want to. So, I'm not going to get undressed as well to show you guys which ones I mean, you know. I'll just point. But, because I'm freezing cold. It's the second week of June and I'm freezing cold. But anyways, and I will be eating icing the whole way through this and drinking water, so I apologise. But yes, oh, my black hair's back. For all of you that like my black hair, I dyed it black last Sunday. Oh right, okay, well we'll start from the top. Okay, the highest point that I have been tattooed is my arm here, which is very much Tibetan Buddhist symbol related, and it is a Dharma wheel with the ribbons behind it, and it also has a Vajra. And I don't know if any of you noticed, but the Vajra is not actually a sword down the centre, but it is a pair of hairdressing scissors, and that is thanks to Mark, who was like, well, you're not a warrior, you're a hairdresser, so why don't we put a different type of blade? And it works perfectly, and I love it. That piece is not finished, and I am looking for the ideal background for it. So we just brainstorm every now and then and, you know, come up with a few ideas, and if I like them, I like them. If I don't, I don't. So far nothing's really hit home, so that's that. And then I have various other small tattoos on my arms. I have Mother in Sanskrit, and I have I will. I have a date in numeral letters, numeral symbols, I don't know, on my arms as well, pretty much like Angelina Jolie does. Sorry, checking myself out. And I have this on my wrist here, which is Om, and then I couldn't tell you how to pronounce it, but it is Sanskrit, and it is one of the 108 affirmations of the Hindu god Ganesh, and it is in English, in adoration of the beloved loving one. And then I have obviously that piece on this wrist, holds no meaning whatsoever. It is blossoms with ribbons, a swastika grid background that is falling to pieces as it gets further and further down my arm. It is hand-picked, it is dot work, it is done by Mark Boyle at Nothing Sacred Tattoos in Stockton, UK. My back is all done by hand. Some of it's done by machine, some of it's, you know, it's like shade darker, and it is an Om symbol in the middle of my back. It is a prayer down my spine, a mantra which reads Om Mani Padme Hum, and I have a lotus on the bottom of my on the base of my back, and I have clouds, smoke clouds, whatever Tibetan, you know, coming up to the point. Doesn't really hold any meaning, I just like it. And Om Mani Padme Hum means the jewel of the lotus, as far as I understand it. On my stomach I have a sentence which nobody knows the meaning to. Nobody is going to know the meaning to that. It's personal. It was my first ever tattoo, and I got it done when I was 18. It just popped into my head one morning, and I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm going to get that tattooed. So I did. I went in and they made space for me and inked me. And I also have Borneo rosettes, just the outlines, and I designed the middles. And then the two other outlines, it's going to be like a piece which is not finished yet. None of my work's finished basically, aside from that and the other top tiny ones. What else? My thigh, my My Little Pony thigh was done by Splat at High Priestess in Eugene, in America. Well, I didn't go to America, I've never been to America before. He was here doing some guest work in, it was New Year, Christmas and New Year, and Mark said he was the man for the job. He was brilliant at his colour work. I checked him out. His ink was amazing, super bright, psychedelic, crazy shit. I wanted it, and I trusted Mark's opinion enough, and it turned out fantastic. 8.5 very painful hours later, and I love it. It's great. So yeah, and that is definitely going to get expanded on. If I ever get to America, Eugene is going to be a spot for me to stop at. On my other thigh, I have 13 stars, which were scarification. They weren't ink-rubbed, and then we hand-picked around that. I do want to extend that, do want to match it up to my Little Ponies, because it's a lot larger for My Little Ponies, and that's now a lot smaller. And then my feet are work in progress. They're just things that Mark just used inspiration, just drew them on my foot, and I was like, if I loved it, he worked it, and he did it, and it's amazing, and he's done it, and we're definitely going to expand on that, because yeah, as much as I hate getting my feet tattooed, I want a bigger. My other foot, as you can see, was a lot less complicated, and, well, not complicated, a lot less, well, there's barely anything on it, and basically that design was scarification beforehand, so we tattooed around it, on it, whatnot, and we will be expanding that as well. We will be doing that foot when I have the courage to get my shoes and socks off and just let them ink me for a good few hours. I hate it, it's horrible. So that's basically my tattoos. I haven't missed any out that I can think of. I will definitely get more. I will always get more. I don't know when I'll stop. I am definitely going to have to plan it out very carefully, because it's going to be there forever. No, I do not regret any of my tattoos. I have had that question quite a few times. Do I regret anything? I don't regret anything, no. I'm happy with all my ink that I have. Very happy, in fact. So yeah, that's the lowdown on my ink. In my opinion, don't get a small tattoo just because you think it's going to hurt loads and you don't want it to hurt for that long, and so you get a small one. If you want to get a tattoo, get what you want. Don't get what you think other people would think you're amazing for having, if that makes sense. Get what you want, and too much lip gloss. Get what you want because you want it, and think carefully, think long, think hard, research the artist, think about placement, do think about years to come, but don't think too much about years to come, because you're only going to die in the end. And what I'm going to say is this, don't regret doing it. That's not a regret. I think a regret is when you get to the grand old age of nearly dead and you haven't done what you want to do. That's regret. So think carefully on it and do it. Or don't. See you guys, bye.